Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So if you're new to my videos, I'm Random Sparkle, and today I'm going to be going over all the pros and cons of having a traditional wedding and having a fast, fun destination Vegas wedding. So if you guys don't know, it's been months and months since I've actually done like a sit down and talk with you guys video, or stand and talk with you guys video. I really want to sit down and do this for you guys just because I've recently had these experiences with having these two different types of weddings and going through it and experiencing it. So I wanted to kind of tell you guys my opinion, and I also kind of wanted to share my work, because if you guys did know, my walls had wallpaper all over them. It definitely wasn't very flattering. So I've done a lot of work. I've painted. We're going to be doing more crowning, and I painted the ceiling and all this stuff. But let's just get right into all these pros and cons. First, let's go over traditional wedding. So I'm gonna go over all the pros first, and then after I'll go over the cons. So first is gonna be the fact that you can have all of your family there, all of the friends there that you want. You don't really have limitations with who you can invite when you're having it in your hometown. That's really cool that you can involve everyone. And then the next pro is gonna be that you can customize it. You can literally have whatever theme you want. So that's something that you can really keep in mind. And then another thing is that you can make it as long as you want. Normally when you have a traditional wedding, you're not stuck to like 2 hours. Traditional weddings are just factually most of the time longer, especially if you're having them in a hometown, because you're not in a venue where there's going to be another person walking in right after you. When you have a traditional wedding in your hometown, they usually allot you that whole day. You usually have it for at least 6 hours. You're able to have a more leisurely wedding, if you know what I mean. You can kind of take your time and do what you want. And then the last pro is going to be that you can be super, super involved. You can control things. Now let's go over the cons. So the downfall to having a traditional wedding is that it is so pricey. There are a few ways to definitely cut down on the budget, but even with having a small wedding, if you're planning on doing it traditional where you have a cake, you have a meal, you have all the flowers, you have all that stuff, it's going to add up really, really fast, even if it is on the smaller side. And then the number 2 con is going to be that it is a lot of work. When I say a lot of work, I mean a lot of work. There's just so much that you have to do when it goes into planning a wedding. People say that all the time, and it's like, oh, I can handle it, but man, you can handle it, but it's going to be difficult. I'll just put it that way. And then number 3 is going to be that you have to reach out to all your vendors separately, unless you have an all-inclusive wedding, which is super, super pricey. So just keep that in mind, that you're going to have to call a florist, you're going to have to call a cake decorator, you're going to have to call a venue person, you're going to have to call a coordinator, you're going to have to call a DJ. Then that kind of leads us into the last con, is that it takes a lot of time. It's so time consuming. Calling all these people, a lot of times they don't answer. A lot of times they need to call you back. A lot of times they have to check on pricing. So this is something that takes days. It's not just something that you can get done in one day. You could, but it would probably take you a really long time and be really frustrating. That planning a traditional wedding is extremely, extremely time consuming. Okay, so now let's get into the Vegas pros and cons. For this one, let's go over the cons first of having a Vegas wedding. So the cons of having a Vegas wedding is that you can't have as many family members there. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of limitations, just because not everybody is going to be able to travel there. And also is that it's gonna be super hot, most likely. If you go in the winter time, you do have a chance of getting rain or it not being as hot, but most of the time, the sun is blazing hot, so just be prepared if you want an outdoor wedding that you're gonna need to dress cool. You can't really have a long sleeve, heavy, big Victorian dress, because you're gonna be sweaty and you're gonna be miserable. It's gonna be hot. The other thing is that it can be ghetto if you don't pick your venue right. Almost all the weddings that you can plan in Vegas are all inclusive, so you really have to be careful, because you can get married there for $99 or $50 or $30, and they say you can get fed too and this and that, but you might be eating something that you really don't like. You might be in an area that really doesn't look nice, and they might give you a dress to wear that is stained. So just keep in mind, you have to do your research and just make sure that whatever venue you pick isn't ghetto. Yeah. And then the other thing is that most of the time Vegas weddings are pretty fast. They keep their weddings to about maximum 2-3 hours. If you really want to pay a pretty penny, you could probably get a wedding that's 4 to 6 hours, maybe even 8 hours. But They really try to keep their weddings shorter because they have multiple weddings in one day. They don't just do like, oh, we're gonna keep this venue just for you today, no one will come in here. No, it's gonna be like, hi, welcome, here's your wedding, let's do this, here's your coordinator, here's your dress, and get married. Okay, bye, thanks for coming, here's your pictures. Regardless of where you go in Vegas, most likely you're gonna be on a time limit. It's not gonna be this leisurely wedding. You're gonna have to keep on schedule and you have to be punctual. The last thing is that it's not as custom. You are not going to be able to customize it to the T unless you do your research and you find someone in Vegas who's really willing to work with you and do everything exactly how you want it. But most of the time you get to pick your flower colors, you get to pick what type of flowers you want, you get to pick what type of cake you want, but you're not going to be able to taste it first. You're not going to be able to see your flower bouquet first. You don't get to pick the florist. You don't get to pick your chef that's going to be cooking for you. A lot of the things that you get in Vegas, you just have to trust that it's going to be how you like, unless you really want to go through the hassle of making them send you things. It's not really their procedure is what I'm saying. You just kind of pick what you want and show up. Let's go over the pros now of having a Vegas wedding. So the pros to having a Vegas wedding is that it's exclusive. I love that it's exclusive. You really feel special. You feel like you're getting special treatment the whole time. And I love that they are really good at making it feel like it's your day, even though they are probably doing multiple weddings. So I really love that about Vegas. The other thing is that it can be super fancy for a lot cheaper than here. So you could get married at a super fancy hotel and eat really well for around the same price as having a super small crappy wedding here in Seattle, basically. You can do really cool, fun, interesting things that are pre-set up for you and just show up and go on your really cool, fun Vegas wedding. So like for my Vegas hand fasting, I did a limo wedding. So we literally just showed up. They picked us up in a huge stretch limo. We had champagne. We got married in front of the Bellagio. Then we went on a little ride and then went out to eat. So it was quick, it was fast, it was fancy, and I loved the whole feeling of just, you know, getting picked up, kind of feeling like a celebrity and it being about me. So I thought that was awesome. And then the next pro is that it is quick. If you don't want to have this long wedding, you can go and get it done with and just have a fun time. It's not as much pressure. You don't have to stay on the phone with venues and all these different people and caterers for hours. You literally just make one phone call, tell Vegas, hey, I'm coming, I'd like to get married at your venue. They set your date, and then you show up and you get married. And that can literally include everything. And then that leads us into our next pro, is that it's super easy. It's so easy. I cannot like exaggerate that more. I think it is, I'm pretty positive Vegas is the top wedding venue place of the world. That's because it's so easy. It does require for you to have a wedding license. You show up to your wedding venue, and a lot of times they'll drive you to go pick up your wedding license, and a lot of times they pay for it also for you. So just do your research and just keep in mind that it is super easy to have a Vegas wedding. Now that we've gone over the pros and cons, I'll just let you guys know what my opinion is, because I absolutely loved having a Vegas wedding. If I could go back, I'm not gonna say I wouldn't try doing a traditional wedding again, but I definitely would think twice about it, because it is so simple and so fun to kind of just be whooshed away and get married and not feel like you have all this pressure on you for months and months for you to get it right. It's more like, oh, I'm excited to go get married. And if something goes wrong, the venue deals with it. You don't even know. They literally just handle it. You already have a coordinator for the day. So I think it's really awesome that you don't have to worry if you have a Vegas wedding. You literally just call and show up. So that's why if I ever plan a wedding again, or if anybody ever asks me, I will definitely recommend Vegas, just because I think it's the funnest option. Of course, if you really want to customize everything and you really want to be in control, then having a traditional wedding at home will be the best for you, I'm sure. But if you want it to be easy, fun, exciting, and beautiful, I would definitely recommend Vegas. I know this video is gonna get lengthy if I talk anymore, so I'm gonna end this video here. I do wanna let you guys know that this is my last video in my wedding series. So if you guys don't know, I have had my wedding series going for about 2 years. So I have a ton of wedding videos. If you guys do want to see any of those, I will have them listed down below for you guys. And I also am making a playlist for you guys. So if you want to watch them all in order, I will have them all in a playlist for you guys to watch. And then the other thing that I wanted to let you know is that I did go to Vegas and do my hand fasting, and then I stayed there for 10 days and went to a Vegas convention. So I only posted like 6 days of my vlogging there, and I have 4 more days to post. So I'm gonna post my 4 more vlogs, even though they're out of order. I know I went to Paradiso Festival, and I did a lot of other things that I've posted on my channel since then. So I am gonna post those 4 videos really soon. I'm just gonna try to get them out of the way. So you can keep an eye out for those ones as well. And then really soon I'll also do a life update for you guys and just let you guys know what's been going on, because oh my gosh, there's so much that's happened in the last 6 months, and I'm opening my business soon, and I have a lot to share. So I just want to thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel. If you guys are new to my channel, thank you so much for the support. Don't forget to give a huge thumbs up if you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to click on that subscribe button if you guys aren't subscribed, and we'll see you in my next video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.